Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing two things. We're going to be ignoring this big thing that just popped up on my forehead. It's like a second head. Anyways, and we're also going to be testing a full face of new makeup. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I hope you're doing well. So starting off with primer, of course, I'm going to take the e.l.f. matte putty primer. So this is their matte version of the putty primer. I do enjoy the original. It's kind of like a blurring primer, and I'm going to press that into my oily areas. And I think the only downside about the original one is that it's not mattifying. It's really nice and blurring if you do have large pores, but obviously if you have oily skin as well, it doesn't mattify. So I'm hoping this one kind of like dries me out. Not dries me out, but dries up my oils. I'm really excited to use the Jaclyn Hill palette today. Like, I want to do a purpley sunset type of look. You know me, purple, pink, and a little bit of yellow. That is my vibe. So far, this is going on kind of like creamy, and it kind of does feel like the original putty primer. I'm not noticing any mattifying effect just yet, but maybe it needs to dry down, so we'll see. I'm going to give that a minute to sit while I tell you guys about my favorite mattifying primers. So the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Perfecting Primer, this is matte, like, and I feel like this is a drugstore dupe of it. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop matte primer. They have the same type of consistency. They dry down really like matte. They take away all of the shine underneath the makeup. So these two I definitely feel like are a dupe. Another one that's really kind of like not as mattifying as these, but it still gives a matte appearance to the skin as well as blurring, is the new Laura Mercier blurring primer. Really been enjoying this. Like, I have to stop myself reaching for it because I absolutely love the way it just smooths the skin but also takes away shine. Okay, so it still looks glowy and dewy. It's not like dried down or like taking any shine away. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and move on, but so far not loving this. I need to try it a couple more times, but I haven't noticed the mattifying effect like my other primers. So next I'm gonna go ahead and try the Nabla Close Up Futuristic foundation, which looks like this. I have the shade D05 Deep. I'm hoping it fits me, but if it doesn't, I have like these little samples that I can kind of mix. So I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze. Oh, that looks like a pretty good shade for me. I'm gonna take about that much, and I also have this Nabla foundation buffer brush, which looks like this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff that in. Okay, so it blends out really well. It definitely is like a sheer foundation. I can still see like all of my, it's even in my skin tone, but not really covering anything. And I feel like I did put quite a lot of foundation on. Okay, so I can already tell I'm not a fan of this foundation. It's just not enough coverage for me. I feel like it's giving me an even skin tone, but I can still see all of my blemishes, and I don't really like that look. I know some people like the really natural look. If you do like the really sheer natural look, you would like this foundation, but for me I just feel like I still have like way too much on show, which is surprising because their Nabla Close Up Concealer is really full coverage. So I'm gonna go in with the Nabla Close Up Concealer and just like cover my whole face. And because I love the concealer so much, I was kind of expecting the foundation to kind of be similar in formula, but maybe it's one of those lines where it's like sheer foundation, full coverage concealer, and you kind of get a good balance of both. I do love how they pair together. Like, they're sitting on the skin really flawlessly. I do have full coverage now thanks to that concealer, and it's not cakey. So yeah, it turned out good in the end, thank God. It is a bit more dewy than I would like, but of course I'm gonna go ahead and powder my face anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes now. I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, which I'm sure you guys have seen by now. It looks like this. I think it is a really pretty palette, but it's definitely shades that I have. I definitely have burgundies, I have purples, I have all of these neutral tones, so it's nothing new in my collection. But I'm glad that, by the way, Cult Beauty did send this to me. Thank you so much, Cult Beauty, because I did want to test it out for you guys. But I personally wasn't going to spend my coins on like colours that I already have in my collection, if you know what I mean. I think I've mentioned this before, but it does take a lot for me to purchase a palette. And you know what? I've got my eyes on two specific palettes right now that I don't know if I can justify £50 each, but it's the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette, which has like the half kind of grungy neutrals and then also like the greens in the same palette, and also the Melt Cosmetics, what's that one that had blue and red in the palette? Those two, oh, they look so, I don't know what it is about the colors put together, like two opposite colors put together, they just look so gorgeous. But they're like £49 each, so that's £100 if I want to buy them. But maybe if you're new to makeup or you just don't have any color storage stories like this, but you do kind of like pinky purples and neutrals, then let's see if this is a good palette for you. I'm gonna try it on my eyes, of course. Also guys, how satisfying is this? I washed all of my eye brushes. Now they're all clean. It was about time. So I'm gonna start with primer. I'm gonna use the Be Perfect Prime, and I'm gonna start with this gorgeous purple here. This is like my favorite tone of purple. Like purple is my favorite color, but not like a lilac or like a pale purple. This vibrant purple is the purples that I love. This is called Not My Journey. It does have a little bit of sparkle in it, but overall it is a matte shade. And I'm gonna start this purple into my outer V. So there is a lot of fallout with this shade, however it is building up beautifully, like it is coming out nice and pigmented and opaque, which is great. I'm also going to carry that slightly through the crease. This shade reminds me a lot of the Wasted shade in the Carnival palette, this one here that I've hit pan on. That's how much I love purple, but yeah, this one reminds me a lot of this shade. Okay, so next I'm going to go into Tipsy Girl, which is this bright vibrant pink right here, and this I'm going to carry on the edge of the purple. I think I'm going to dust that on. Purple is going slightly patchy, but that's kind of normal with purples. You kind of have to build them up, but that is a nice pink. That is nice and vibrant. Now going into No Joke, which is this yellow shade here. I'm going to take that right up by the brow bone. Yellows always need building up, so I'm not too worried about this shade. Now I'm going to go back into those 3 shades and intensify each one. So starting with the pink, I'm just going to run that through the crease. Just going to keep working at the edge of that purple, because I feel like that purple's just kind of stuck in the one area. It's not diffusing into the pink like I want it to. So I was watching someone's YouTube video recently. I think her name's Dean, I think that's how you say it, and she uses glitter glue as like the shimmer primer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. This is the Revolution glitter glue. Just makes the shimmer pop a bit more. I mean, I haven't tried it myself. This is the first time I'm trying this, but hopefully with her shimmers it looked outstanding. So I'm hoping this is just gonna make them pop a bit more. Now for my shimmer, I'm going to go into this gorgeous shade right here, which is called Drama Queen. It's kind of like a duochrome pinky. I don't even know what to call this shade, but it looks gorgeous. So I'm going to take that, put it all over the lid. Yeah, that looks gorgeous. It's got like these little micro glitters, which you guys know I love micro glitters. It has like little pinky micro glitters. Gonna take a dab of that purple and kind of diffuse it into the shimmer on the outer edge. I love that. I love how this eye look looks. It's exactly what I was going for today. I'm really happy with that eye look. I mean, the purple wasn't the easiest to work with. I feel like I've worked a bit better with other purples, but it's turned out beautiful. The gradient is gorgeous. The shimmer is definitely a standout for me, but I don't know if that's because I used the glitter glue primer, but I love the way the micro glitters are sparkling. I do really like this eye look. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll come back to you guys so we can try some more products. We're gonna go in with the Morphe concealer now, and this is called the Fluidity Full Coverage Concealer, and I have the shade 3.25, and this was sent to me by Cult Beauty. So Morphe is available at Cult Beauty if you did want to pick something up, and I got this shade to highlight underneath my eyes. It's so hard picking shades online, guys, but I think I did pretty well as a highlight shade. And from what I've heard about this concealer, it is meant to be a matte concealer, so I'm going to work pretty quickly so it doesn't like dry down. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and just blend that out straight away. Yeah, so far no complaints. That concealer has blended out beautifully. It's full coverage. It looks great underneath my eyes. I mean, no complaints at all. Definitely looks like it will fit in with like my favorite concealers. It hasn't dried down matte yet, but we'll give it a minute. So I do have a new setting powder. This is by a brand called Mulac, which I believe is an Italian brand, and this is called the Seal the Deal Yellow Loose Powder, and this is what it looks like. So I think you pop this bit open, yeah, and it comes with a powder puff. So I'm just going to take some of that powder underneath. Oh, the Morphe concealer is creased already. I'm just going to push that powder all into my face. Not baking, I'm just pressing that powder in. Okay, I actually really like that powder. It has set everything beautifully. It's a good shade for me, even though it's yellow. It's like not too yellow, and it's also not too pale, so it's kind of giving me brightening, but it's set down really nice. So I don't have a new bronzer. I'm just going to go in with my Prime Beauty Bronze Veil, which looks like this. Okay, now for blush, I have this KVD Everlasting Blush, which looks like this. I have the orange one, which I use all the time, but this shade I haven't tried. It's called Snapdragon. Looks like a deep, dusty rose type of color. Oh, it's kind of like a berry tone. Ooh, that is nice. Definitely shows up on my skin tone. Need to be careful with shades like this because when they're not like orange peachy and they're shades like this, it can easily look like a bruise. I still feel like the orangey tone blush has my heart. Like these berry tone blushes are cute, but the orangey ones just bang differently. This is the shade Poppy. This is the one that I use all the time from the same line, so definitely recommend this one if you do like an orangey warm glow. But these ones, they're just kind of they're cute, but they're not me. They're not my style, you know. I think now I'm going to do my lower lash line. So I'm going to start with the pink shade and buff that underneath my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the yellow shade and run that on the edge of the pink, so we kind of get an orange gradient. And then I'm going to take a very small kind of pencil brush. This is by Belay. I do link my favorite AliExpress brushes down in the description box. Belay is my favorite. Jessup, Belay is my top. Like they have basically matte quality brushes. They are really good, well quality brushes. Sometimes I find that my Jessup brushes are really nicely made, but they fall apart at the handle bit too often. Like after probably like 6 months to a year, they do like break apart, but Belay brushes haven't done that to me. So yeah, definitely Belay if you can. I think it's like £25 for a set of like 20 brushes or something like that. Really affordable. But anyways, I'm taking the purple and I'm kind of keeping that towards the outer edge. I feel like doing something crazy on my waterline, like a yellow or something, just to bring out the yellow on the edges. Okay, so usually when I'm going for a yellow on the waterline, I go in with this Revolution Pro what is it, pigment pomade in lemon yellow, which looks like this. Is basically like a pomade, but you can use it as a gel eyeliner. But I have these two which I haven't used before. So this one is NYX Off Tropic Pro Liner in the shade Pineapple Punch. I've never used this before. I don't even know if it's available because I know it was a limited edition collection. But I also have this Fenty Beauty Light Pencil Longwear Pencil Eyeliner, okay, in the shade Grills, which is like a yellow. Let me try the Fenty Beauty first. Okay, so that's cute, but it's more giving me like a nude rather than yellow. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna try mascara. So I have the new Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. What is this called? Lash Bragg Volumizing Mascara. This is what the packaging looks like. And then this is what the brush looks like. Almost like a Too Faced Better Than Sex, but a little bit twisted. But I love big fluffy ones like this. So let's go ahead and give this a try. It's a nice wet mascara, so it doesn't like need 10,000 layers to build up. Like, you know those dry mascaras that you're scraping at your lashes? It is a nice wet formula, so I don't feel like I'll have to put 10 layers on to get results. It is a cute mascara though, however it's not blowing me away. I definitely feel like you can get the same results with a drugstore mascara. It's giving me volume, definitely is making them nice and black. Nice and thick, but definitely not lengthening. So yeah, I think I'm just going to take the same shade that I used on my lid on my inner corner because it is such a beautiful shade. So before I put my lashes on, I'm just going to go ahead and do lips with you guys. So I'm just going to start with a little bit of Glory lip liner. So Revolution Pro launched these kind of new lipsticks. They're called the, okay, it doesn't say what they're called, but they're the ones in leopard print. So I have a few shades, but I feel like these are gonna go well with the look. I'm gonna try the shade Tease, which is kind of like this pinky coral color. Oh, they glide on really nicely. They feel like a satin lipstick. Yeah, that formula looks really nice. It's not patchy, it's really opaque. You can kind of blend it in with a lip liner, no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna top it with a little bit of gloss because I do want a little bit of gloss. I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow just to kind of shimmer, you know. And the lipstick is sitting really well with the gloss. Sometimes lipsticks can break up when you put a gloss on top of them, but this one's sitting really nice. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some lashes on and I'll come back to you with the final look. Okay guys, and I'm back. So lashes are on and the look is now complete. What do you think? I think I like everything today. The only thing that I probably will not use again is the foundation, just because it was too sheer, and then also I feel like it's like a dewy, natural skin finish type of foundation, which some people love, but it's not really for me. When I have all of the matte foundations that I love, I know I will reach for them over this. So the foundation, not really really a fan, but everything else I feel like was a success. I will use everything again: the Morphe palette, the Anastasia mascara, the Morphe concealer, the Mulac powder. I would use it all again basically, so that's always a good sign. So let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comment section, especially the eyeshadows. What are you thinking? If you do want to see that video of 3 looks 1 palette, let me know and I can work on that. But if not, there will be another tutorial using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette volume 2 on my Instagram, so make sure you guys are following me over there. And yeah, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well, stay safe, all of that good stuff. I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.